I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this here, please.
This is a beautiful house, my man. How many square feet is this?
A little bit over 20,000 square feet. 3 or 4 levels.
Money Mayweather, seems appropriate that you would be living in Vegas.
My mentality is always about, working smarter, not harder.
For decades, Floyd Money Mayweather wasn't just a boxer. He was the living, breathing definition of invincibility wrapped in $100 bills. He demolished opponents in the ring and flaunted wealth like it was his superpower, creating this untouchable aura that nobody dared question. But hold up. Everything we thought we knew might have been one massive, carefully crafted illusion. Right now, heavyweight voices like Stephen A. Smith are literally tearing apart Floyd's financial empire on live television. And honestly, the cracks are showing. A jaw-dropping $42 million scandal is exploding across headlines, and suddenly everyone's asking the question nobody wanted to ask. Is Money Mayweather actually broke? The undefeated champion who conquered every opponent in the ring might be facing the one fight he can't win.
The $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we on ESPN. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. It's close to 15 million. You're right, it's close to 15 million.
And you don't drive them?
No.
Yes, she did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
The greatest of all time.
Look, Floyd didn't accidentally stumble into becoming a walking, talking money machine. This man engineered his entire existence around one singular mission, making everyone believe he was richer than God himself. Every Instagram post, every stack of cash thrown on a bed, every ridiculous shopping spree caught on camera, it was all strategic. Floyd transformed showing off into an Olympic sport, constantly bombarding us with stories of $100 million fight purses and 8-figure bank withdrawals. Those numbers weren't just bragging rights. They were psychological weapons designed to
phrase fake news.
Yeah.
Why is he saying that? What does that even mean? You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. People were dressed up as empty seats, and I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there, and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much full. This isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote that.
But here's where things get absolutely wild. Chael Sonnen, former UFC beast and someone who understands combat sports business better than most, just dropped a bombshell that's shaking the entire foundation of Floyd's legacy. Sonnen isn't praising Floyd's business genius. He's calling it the greatest scam in sports history. According to Chael, those legendary 9-figure paychecks that Floyd constantly waved in our faces? Pure theater, smoke and mirrors, clever marketing magic designed to manipulate public perception rather than reflect actual bank deposits. Sonnen's basically suggesting that Floyd's entire financial reputation
ever puts that press release and sends it out. Never has a company that's publicly traded had an executive back those numbers. They're all lies.
And this raises a brutal...
So here's the million-dollar question that's currently setting the boxing world on fire. Was Floyd's empire actually backed by real money sitting in secure bank vaults? Or was it all just hype, ego, and world-class bullshit? And Chael Sonnen isn't some random hater throwing shade. He's a serious analyst with legitimate credibility. The pressure's mounting from every possible direction as lawsuits pile up like dirty laundry. Unpaid jewelry bills, crypto scandals, business partners screaming for their money. For years, Floyd represented a level of wealth that seemed completely bulletproof, but now, industry insiders are spotting cracks everywhere. The whispers have graduated into full-blown screams suggesting that behind the Lamborghinis and diamond watches, Floyd's struggling hardcore to keep his head above water financially. Even Oscar de la Hoya, a promoter who's defended Floyd in the past and understands the dark financial underbelly of boxing, has gone public admitting this situation is way too serious to ignore or dismiss as typical rivalry nonsense.
You have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
When Oscar de la Hoya speaks, people listen, because this dude knows where the bodies are buried in boxing's financial graveyard. His recent comments didn't sound like pre-fight trash talk designed to sell tickets. They sounded genuinely concerned, almost sad, like he's watching a former rival self-destruct in slow motion. Jewelry lawsuits, whispers about selling assets, a suddenly packed schedule of random exhibition fights against YouTubers and nobodies. The patterns becoming impossible to ignore. These look like desperate moves from someone scrambling to generate cash fast. The fact that Oscar, a man who literally shared a blood-soaked ring with Floyd during one of boxing's biggest rivalries, is now speaking with what sounds like sympathy instead of competition, that's terrifying. That sends a message louder than any financial audit ever could. Meanwhile, Floyd's response was classic Mayweather. No proof, no receipts, just vague reminders that Oscar also has skeletons in his closet regarding transparency.
We helped build this guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar de la Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar de la Hoya do? I'm sorry, Miss Disloyal Oscar de la Hoya do? He take him right over to HBO and cut a deal with HBO. And when he cut the deal, he got money, but I bet Canelo didn't see none. But these are the things that people don't know.
For someone who built his entire identity on the display of unlimited wealth, this crisis cuts deeper than any punch Floyd ever absorbed. His own words over the years have hinted at hidden deals, under-the-table payouts, and financial gymnastics that nobody outside his inner circle ever witnessed. But now, those secrets are spilling out everywhere. The same financial questions keep resurfacing through fresh lawsuits, unpaid debt accusations, and persistent rumors about quietly liquidating assets. And it's not just boxing analysts or retired champions raising eyebrows anymore. Current fighters who actually stepped in the ring with him are speaking out fearlessly. Logan Paul, who shared a massively hyped exhibition with Floyd, has gone absolutely nuclear. He's publicly stated multiple times that he's still hunting down millions of dollars that he claims Floyd owes him, money that mysteriously evaporated after their fight ended. His frustration isn't subtle. It's loud, aggressive, and impossible for the public.
I got paid, just not in full. Like there's a couple million somehow that is just missing. Where did the money go? Floyd said he could afford a Jeff Bezos-sized jet from the money he made from that fight. I ain't got a jet. What the fuck, dude? I'm missing a couple mil. We're gonna find it. We'll see you in court. The art has happened. Just like, mark my words, we're coming for you. Like, we're coming for your millions in the last.
This missing millions lawsuit has blown another massive hole in the supposedly invincible money shield. What should have been an easy payday from a simple exhibition has morphed into an ugly, drawn-out legal nightmare that refuses to die. The situation's throwing jet fuel on the growing speculation that Floyd's fortune might be constructed on quicksand rather than concrete. Logan Paul isn't alone in suggesting the math doesn't add up in Mayweather's world. When high-profile opponents feel forced to chase their payments through courts and public call-outs, the entire narrative shifts. This stops being about entertainment or boxing skill. It becomes about serious, undeniable financial instability. It forces everyone watching to confront the uncomfortable question that's been lurking in the shadows. Is the Mayweather... But even as Logan Paul's legal pressure reached critical mass, with explosive claims that Floyd never delivered the promised payday, Mayweather didn't retreat or hide in shame. staying completely true to his cocky persona. He fired back with that signature, dismissive attitude that defined his entire 50-0 career. He didn't provide bank statements or proof of payment. Instead, he deflected blame onto the business side. The promoters, the complicated contracts. Basically everyone except himself. He treated this multi-million-dollar legal crisis like it was pocket change, responding
away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when a table is turned. You know, look how many years they've been owing us money. But we never, we don't never trip. So now when the table is turned, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
Floyd's calculated, almost bored dismissal of the lawsuit was designed to make this explosive situation seem like boring, routine business drama. Nothing to see here, folks. But the timing tells a completely different, far more urgent story. Between the unpaid opponents demanding their money, jewelers filing massive claims in court, and growing whispers about Floyd quietly selling off pieces of his legendary asset collection, the image of his financial fortress is under assault from every conceivable angle. No amount of slick PR moves or flashy social media posts can fully hide the growing line of creditors and business partners still waiting for checks to clear. Logan Paul's public accusations have effectively ripped the curtain back on a side of Mayweather's business operation that fans were absolutely never meant to witness. For years, Floyd wasn't just a fighter. He was a marketing genius who reportedly bought massive blocks of his own fight tickets before public sale, then flipped them for enormous profits, proving his hustle extended far beyond the ring. But while the public image remains all private jets and designer shopping sprees, the cracks are becoming canyons. This time, the accusations aren't coming from bitter journalists or jealous rivals. They're coming from people who actually...
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full, that is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a...
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, we're taking it to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
The exact moment Logan Paul's accusations went viral, the carefully protected mythology surrounding Mayweather's untouchable wealth started crumbling like a sandcastle in a hurricane. This wasn't background noise from haters. This was a first-hand testimony from an actual business partner who'd signed the contracts, shared the promotion, and stepped in the ring. Despite this mounting pressure, Floyd continues doubling down hard, constantly flaunting his luxurious lifestyle with an aggressively unbothered attitude, desperately trying to convince the watching world that his...
Takes care of everything when everything is okay. I still got my private jets. Let me put an S on that because I got 3 of them. I still got my private jets. I still have all my beautiful homes, still have all my properties everywhere, and still making millions every month.
But here's the thing. These public declarations are starting to feel less like genuine confidence and more like a defensive wall built from desperation and fear. They sound like someone trying way too hard to prove something that should be self-evident if it were actually true. However, the audience isn't buying the performance anymore. Critics, including the absolutely legendary Stephen A. Smith, have openly destroyed Floyd's recent decisions to participate in these circus exhibition matches against opponents who have absolutely zero business being anywhere near a professional boxing ring. From Smith's brutally honest perspective, Floyd's gambling recklessly with his legendary reputation, risking that pristine 50-0 gold standard legacy just to chase quick money from a YouTuber with no boxing credentials.
You are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather. Everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
Stephen A. Smith readily admits that Floyd's ability to generate massive cash is probably the greatest money-making talent the sports world has ever witnessed. But he's become increasingly vocal and critical about these matches that offer absolutely zero legitimate boxing value whatsoever. He argues passionately that fighting people like Logan Paul, who possess no real boxing pedigree or credentials, is actively undermining and damaging the fundamental integrity of the sport itself. Smith believes Floyd has nothing left to prove to anyone and should be fiercely protecting his status as a GOAT, rather than chasing headline-making spectacles that contribute absolutely nothing to his historic achievements. There's that famous saying that echoes through history: the higher you climb, the harder you fall. And for Floyd Mayweather, many informed observers believe that fall has already begun, quietly, secretly, behind closed doors. The man who once sat comfortably on literal mountains of cash and threw money around like worthless confetti is now facing a relentless barrage of lawsuits, mounting debts, and increasingly credible rumors.
It's crazy, but it's happening. Yeah, 50 Cent is pretty much exposing the fact that Floyd Mayweather is having issues, but it was not 50 that started it. It was actually Business Insider.
They got Floyd here. It says Floyd Mayweather is stepping into Manhattan's multi-family ring in a big way. The retired boxer has gone into a contract to pay $420 million for a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio with more than 60 buildings, according to sources familiar to the deal. Josh Gotti of Black Spruce Management is the seller, and Black Spruce Magazine declined comment. It says also here that the investor partnered with Maynard Orchard on a $1.8 billion deal for 1,766 units spanning 6 rental buildings and an acquisition of the American Cooper Building, twin luxury towers in Murray Hills with the view of...
Let's get brutally honest here. This $42 million scandal isn't just some catchy clickbait headline designed to generate views. It's a massive, flashing red alarm screaming warnings that cannot be ignored. Beneath those perfectly tailored designer suits, the carefully filtered Instagram images, and the strategically staged photos of supposed bank slips, the entire foundation of Floyd Mayweather's fortune is facing intense, unprecedented scrutiny from every direction. This time, there's no amount of clever spin or money team public relations magic that can shield the brand from the cold, hard truth. If you thought this $42 million controversy was just a one-time isolated incident, you seriously haven't been paying attention to the pattern. The deeper investigators dig into the actual numbers, the darker and more concerning the picture